updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News, which is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. The news is also live across the globe on citinewsroom.com, Citi 97.3 FM on Facebook and CitiTube on YouTube. I'm Wilma Obuobi-Sakoman and this afternoon I'm here with
Charles Owuzukumi.
Coming up, onion traders in the Ashanti region count their losses after rotten sacks of onions were transported to the market after weeks of delay due to border closure in Benin.
But as it stands now, we sell some 5 bags for 1,150. Some are even sent to the baller. And as you can see, a car like this is almost getting to 300,000 Ghana cedis. A full car is getting 300,000 Ghana cedis. And as it stands now, selling 100 Ghana cedis, 150.
Also coming up, Cocoa Board to stop construction of cocoa roads after the completion of ongoing projects following negotiations with the European Union and the IMF.
Of course, the IMF is also saying the same thing. The current situation with IMF is that they said, yes, now we can continue and complete what we have started. But we should not start any more new cocoa roads construction.
Still ahead, Environmental Protection Agency shuts down operations of non-ferrous metal company in the Tema East region due to environmental violations.
We will temporarily close down the factory and summon the owners to the head office at Accra to come and explain why they are working under these conditions.
And later, Doma East MP criticizes minorities' plans to picket at the premises of the Bank of Ghana to demand resignation of the governor, Dr. Ernest Addison, and his deputies.
The minority also do have a committee. They have ranking members that they can call the Bank of Ghana to answer questions at the Finance Committee. And they can do that. Indeed, they can even summon him to Parliament. So why do we have to then go and picket him? Picketing for what?
Stay tuned as we bring you details of all that and more on the Citi Prime News, which is also live across the country on a number of affiliate stations. In the Western region, we're on Premier 100.5 FM and Beach 105.5 FM, both in Takoradi. In the Bono region, you're listening to us on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyang. In the Ashanti region, this is Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Eastern region, Right 90.1 FM in Somanya. In the Volta region, this is Holy 98.5 FM in Aflao. In the Northern region, we are live on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East, this is Word 88.3 FM in Zuarungu. And in the Upper West region, we are on Bugli Radio 88.6 FM in Wa.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for staying with us. We'll settle for the details of our stories now. Due to the border closure in Benin, a significant number of sacks of onions that were transported to onion markets in the Ashanti region have gone bad. Over 500 sacks of onions that were offloaded from trucks have rotten, causing significant losses for onion sellers. As a result, these rotten onions are either being disposed of or sold to retailers at reduced prices at the Anloga onion market. For instance, the price of a sack of onion has significantly decreased. Previously sold at 1,300 Ghana cedis, this is now being sold at for as low as 100 Ghana cedis. One of the truck drivers, Seydou Sule, tells Citi News trucks carrying goods, including foodstuffs, were stuck at the border for days due to the closure.
And the JC and the easy matter. And the load again in Niger, Krobi, and the Bedu border now.
We load the onions from a small town in Niger. We have already spent 10 days there. The items have all gone bad. Ghana's ambassador to Niger came to speak on our behalf before they allowed us to move from the border.
Where they 10 days, and more home market, and Tiama, no one in I say, and Ghana and busy Kurana Baho 2 times before Sanama Ajay Jennifer.
Seydou Sule is one of the truck drivers who carry the goods from Benin all the way to the Ashanti region. Now, an onion seller who spoke to Citi News says the losses incurred are running into millions of Ghana cedis.
It is a sadness. It is a sadness that befallen us. And as I speak now, when you are even approaching closer to the market, you hear the scent of the onions, just because of its inability to reach here in time. And as a result of the closure of the border, that caused those things. We can't calculate it as it stands now, because one bag here we sold it 1,300, but as it stands now, we sell some 5 bags for 1,150. Some are even sent to the baller. And as you can see, a car like this is almost getting to 300,000 Ghana cedis. A full car is getting 300,000 Ghana cedis. And as it stands now, selling 100 Ghana cedis, 150,000, 150 for 5 bags for over 200 and something. How much do you think it will be? So we can't estimate the cost we are into it. Because as it stands now, we don't know what to do. So we are calling upon the government to come to our aid. Because as it stands now, if it is going to continue that way, it is affecting us and it is also affecting the country as well. Because we pay a lot of our tax to the country.
You heard an onion seller at the Angloga onion market.
Now, the Ghana Cocoa Board has announced that it will discontinue the construction of cocoa roads across the country after the ongoing projects are completed. The Cocoa Road program, initiated by Cocoa Board, was designed to address transportation challenges faced in delivering agro inputs to cocoa farmers and transportation of cocoa beans to takeover centers. Speaking at the 50th anniversary celebration symposium of the Cocoa Clinic, Cocoa Board's Chief Executive Officer Joseph Boahen Edu revealed that the decision to stop the Cocoa Road construction is a result of negotiations with the European Union and the International Monetary Fund.
Last year, the EU sent a team, what they call due diligence team on sustainability production. When they came, they wanted to know why Cocoa Board was involved in cocoa roads construction. Because cocoa roads construction is not the core business of Cocoa Board. And they were insisting that we take that venture out of our equation. Of course, the IMF is also saying the same thing. The current situation with IMF is that they said, yes, now we can continue and complete what we have started. But we should not start any more new cocoa roads construction.
That notwithstanding, Joseph Boahen Edu announced plans by Cocoa Board to establish health centers across a number of cocoa growing communities in the country to improve access to healthcare for cocoa farmers.
You go and find pregnant women who are being transported on motorbikes to reach health centers simply because the road network is so bad. I've also had the experience. A woman who was in labor and could not deliver had to be carried in a hammock and transported to the nearest health post at Akweyala, 28 kilometers away. She never survived. So when you hear these stories and then you come and sit in the comfort of your office in Accra, you are going to the office on an asphalted road, and then you look to the countryside to see how our cocoa farmers struggle to access health delivery. Unless maybe you do not have that human heart, you definitely will be touched to do something about this. And that's why it's so imperative that as an institution, Ghana Cocoa Board, it is important that we bring health services, that's facilities, as closer as possible to these farmers. So all these ideas are on the drawing board.
You heard the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahen Edu.
The Member of Parliament for Doma East, Paul Chumberima, has strongly criticized the plans by the Minority Caucus to picket at the Bank of Ghana, demanding the resignation of the governor and his deputies. The NDC lawmakers have given a 21-day ultimatum to the central bank's management to resign over alleged mismanagement of the institution. They have threatened to gather at the bank's premises to compel their resignation of the senior officials if their demand is not met. Paul Chumberima, however, disagrees with the minority's approach. He suggests that parliamentary processes should be employed for their demand for the removal of the Bank of Ghana governor and his deputies rather than resorting to mass protests.
Really and truly, is that what the law says? If you think somebody has committed a crime or has some broken the law and you need to take action, is it about picketing or is it about applying the laws? I think at 918 that governs the Bank of Ghana has clearly how you can remove a governor. Why aren't we using that procedure? Indeed, the minority also do have a committee. They have ranking members that they can hold the Bank of Ghana to answer questions at the finance committee. And they can do that. Indeed, they can even summon him to parliament. So why do we have to then go and picketing? Picketing for what? Will picketing bring back the law that has been broken? I don't think we need to. I have said it, and I think we need to look at it again. That we must look at what we are doing as a country. If it is you feel that somebody has broken the law, take the law and work with it. What does the Bank of Ghana at 918 says? If somebody is breaking the law, how do you remove a governor? Go by it. Go into picketing and then what?
Paul Chumberima is Member of Parliament for Doma East.
The Locked Up Investment Holders Forum is reiterating its demands for the Bank of Ghana to provide liquidity support to licensed finance houses that are struggling to meet the interest and principal payment demands of their customers. The group highlights that finance companies like NDK Financial Services, SIC Financial Services, and Bond Savings and Loans have been unable to fulfill their payment obligations, leaving customers in a difficult situation. While the Bank of Ghana has initiated discussions with customers affected by the situation, the forum is urging for faster action to address the liquidity issues faced by these finance houses. Dr. Eduana Nyentri is the convener for the Locked Up Investment Holders Forum.
We told the bank our main point of the petition, which is to grant liquidity support to these savings and loans and finance houses that are struggling to meet investors' funds demands. They should grant them that support for them to be able to meet our demands. We can't allow our monies to be locked up for this, or in most cases, more than 3 years. So either they give them the liquidity support, or if they think that they don't deserve the liquidity support, then they should close these institutions down and take upon the liabilities and settle, as the Bank of Ghana did in 2017, 2018, where similar institutions had same or face the same challenges and they stepped in. And we had even advised that they must be talking to the ministry and the development partners to allow some funds to be used from the Financial Stability Fund that is being established to pay for all these local funds so that we can have stability in the whole financial market.
That was convener for the Locked Up Investment Holders Forum, Dr. Eduana Nyentri.
And now to the Ahafo region, because 3 groups within the Esutefi North District have expressed their dissatisfaction with the suspension of the construction of the Kenyansi to Shidium Road. These groups are the Ahafo Kenyansi Development Association, the Kenyansi No. 1 Youth Group, and the Kenyansi No. 2 Youth Group. Their concerns arise from the contractor Coffee Job Company Limited not fulfilling its obligations despite receiving the full amount of 90 million cedis required for the road project from Newmont, Africa. This issue was brought to the public attention during a visit to the region by representatives of the Journalists for Business Advocacy. The groups have indicated their intention to carry out a planned demonstration to express their discontent. Abdul Karim Yeboah is the youth leader of Kenyansi No. 1 Group.
Part of the road is fixed, but from Kenyansi to Hwidiam, after the distance, Kenyansi Police Training School upwards to Hwidiam, the road, they have only just put some soil there, and that's all. For over 6 months now, we haven't seen any sign of his coming. Our next step is that we want to meet the minister. The minister spoke to us that they were going to meet the security minister and the road minister to speak to Kofi Job to persuade him to come. But we cannot sit. We have started planning, and indeed other associations are teaming up. And it has always been, sometimes, let me say, that it's government's ploy, or if I should say, that any time there's an attempt for demonstration, because of previous incidents about Kenya's demonstration, government use all means to stop us from embarking on demonstration. Sometimes you go to the place, you have to write at least 5 working days before the date. And they will accept wholeheartedly that, oh, that's okay, it's your right, let's help you. But on the day or a day before, they will only tell, oh, sorry, our men were not ready. We don't have enough men to take care of you. We cannot do that.
You heard one of the leaders for the youth groups within the Esutefi North District, Abdul Karim Yabua.
Now, the Ghana Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association is urgently appealing to the National Service Secretariat to address the concerns related to delayed payment of allowances owed to its members. Nurses and midwives who are part of the National Service Scheme have not received their allowances for a span of 6 months. The president of the Ghana Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association, Jasper Joka, expressed his concern about the severe impact of this situation on the affected personnel's livelihoods. He tells Citi News there are potential risks that these delays could pose to the country's healthcare system.
Leading on them that the July batch, we are done with the service. Okay, the degree intense. The July batch who are under the NSS, we are done with the service, and then they have only paid 5 months out of the 12 months. We are waiting for the rest of our money. Those who started in January, from January to today, we are doing the 7th, we are in the 8th month, we are done solidly 7 months, solidly 7. We are in the 8th month now. Out of that, we received only 2 months. And in that 2 months, not everybody has gotten that money. We are pleading on them. That's why they using the that we are pleading on them to release our allowances to us. To ease up, because we are in a country where things are difficult. Things are really difficult to place. And so I don't understand how we can continue working in the midst of this area if this little token doesn't come for us to ease ourselves from the stress we go through, transporting ourselves to and fro, paying our rent, utilities, feeding and other things. I don't think that it will be fair to us or fair by on the side of the Secretariat to refuse this payment.
You heard the president of the Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association, Jasper Joka.
The Coalition of Health Trainees, which represents students from various school of hygiene institutions across the country, has raised serious concerns about the prolonged delay in the payment of their allowances for the last 24 months. The delay in receiving the allowances has had a significant negative impact on their academic pursuits. The General Secretary of the coalition, Emmanuel Ewuku, who is also a member of the whole School of Hygiene, says the allowances are critical for the survival of the health trainees. In response to the situation, the coalition is urging swift action to resolve this issue. They stress that if the allowances are not paid promptly, it could potentially force affected trainees to explore alternative measures to address their financial challenges and continue their education.
All health trainees have the constitutional right to receive allowances, and the trainees in the schools of hygiene across country are no exception. However, it is becoming as if this is not the case at all. We as hygiene trainees haven't received any of such monies for 2 years now for some and 10 months for others. This we have observed is becoming a culture, because anytime it's time for the payment of our allowances, the student leadership on our side have to travel to and fro, engaging stakeholders with their limited resources. We had some news about some said financial clearance as at 7th June 2023. And everyone was in high anticipation that at least by the end of that month, we shall get to our promised land. However, until now, nothing. Some of our people, however, need some financial assistance to cater for certain financial obligations they are to fulfill across the various campuses. It is as if the environmental health profession seems to be a neglected profession, because it is showing clearly. Kindly look at the conditions of all the schools of hygiene across country and tell me if the profession has a bright future. We may consider resorting to a much louder step upon our next interaction if the long-awaited alerts have not been received by the next 6 days. We shall therefore urge everyone involved in this to do the needful, so we can also play our part in the seat of Moses to calm down the reason there.
You heard the General Secretary of the Coalition of Health Trainees, Emmanuel Ewuku, speaking on the payment of their allowances. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Still ahead in the bulletin, Environmental Protection Agency shuts down operations of non-ferrous metal company in the Tama East region due to environmental violations. We'll bring you details of this story and others shortly. Do stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Congratulations to all top 50 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2023 Level 2. Level 2, the aptitude test. the top 50 contestants from across Ghana to make it to the next round of the Literacy Challenge shall take part in a written aptitude test. Date, Saturday, 12th August 2023. Venue, Accra Digital Center. Time, 12 noon. Stay tuned to Citi FM and Citi TV to find out which of these 50 contestants make it as the top 10 finalists for the Literacy Challenge 2023 to compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy in a classic quiz competition. Call 0558 973 973 for more details. The Literacy Challenge 2023 is powered by Citi TV, supported by 97.3 Citi FM, and is sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company, Ribi Crunchy Biscuits by M4 Foods, SIC Insurance PLC, Prospectus Ghana Limited, Dex Technology, Alive Soap, and Fortune Rice.
Get ready to witness a remarkable fair to showcase the rich diversity, talent, innovation, and mastery of made in Ghana products and services with the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2023. Citi TV and Citi FM will allow you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services in the biggest trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies Ghana has ever seen. We shall promote, support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services that are redefining the views on indigenous products and their packaging across all sectors. Join us at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly on the 26th and the 27th of August 2023 at 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. Call us now on 0205-973-973 for inquiries on how to participate. The This Is Ghana exhibition is powered by Citi TV and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN Momo, Nalu Solutions, and Pan-African Savings and Loans. Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on